Hello everyone. Uh, Hope you are doing good, taking good care of yourself. Welcome to one more session on entrepreneurship and ethics. Today we will be discussing about the critical factors for the development of an enterprise or critical factor for new venture development. That is what we are going to look today in our this session. So, what I have tried going through the material available, what I have tried to identify is 10 points, major points, which are influencing or very critical for the development of a new venture. First five are most critical. The first five are very critical for a development of a new venture. Basically, development in the sense success of growth and success of a new venture. Okay, so that is what we are looking at. Now, the first and foremost factor which is influencing the development is your unique idea. Okay, how unique your idea is. For example, mobiles were there already. Reliance came with a mobile of 999 rupees and made huge sales. Another example is we have Airtel, we were having Vodafone, we were having other network connections, but suddenly Reliance Jio came with a new strategy or unique idea, and they started selling their product and they acquired a huge market. Reliance Jio, unique idea. Likewise, Indian market was very much used to brick and mortar concept of retailing. So we Indians are very much, what we feel like going to the retail outlet, and we always believe in touch and feel. We want to touch the product, we want to see the product, we want to feel it, and then take the purchase decision. That is what we Indians were known to, and we still follow it to a larger extent. But what happened, Flipkart came into market, and there was so much discussion about the success rate, or at what rate the growth of Flipkart will take place, because Indians were not so used to online purchase of goods and services. Even they were we Indians are very much reluctant in making payments online, because there is again a trust factor which comes into play. So Flipkart came up with, yes, it was there already in foreign, successful, but again in India there was a challenge, but they came with a new unique idea. Likewise, Ola, unique idea. Oyo Rooms, it was a unique idea. For you people like Naukri.com, we were having newspapers already where job vacancies were advertised. But later on, what happened? Naukri.com collected all those and put it on a website. Unique idea. So, uniqueness of an idea also plays a very major role in success of the new unique your idea. It affects. It's not that it has to be a unique idea, then only it will be successful, but it's not that. But of course, it will impact the amount of sales you are going to achieve, scaling up of the business, like the market area you are going to cover, the region, and how much market share you are going to acquire. So it need not have to be, independently unique idea itself will not succeed. But yes, having a unique idea will always have an added advantage over the competition. Okay. Next is availability of finance. Related to unique idea, like you may have a hotel, someone else is starting a hotel. There is no we may feel that there is no uniqueness in the two hotels, but definitely there might be some additional services which the hotel is going to provide. Maybe the existing hotel is not providing Wi-Fi. The other hotel, new hotel which is coming up, they are providing Wi-Fi facility. Another unique service what they can add is airport pickup and drop. That is what they can plan. Next, another unique service what they can plan is online bookings, online payments, okay, online cancellation, refund policy. These are the unique ideas related to products and services which impact the development. Next is your finance. Finance is the blood for business, and it plays a major role for the success or failure of organization. Money is required every single step in a company. Okay, if there is no proper finance resources available for a company, yes, of course we have money to start the business, but to run the day-to-day activity, we need working capital. To purchase resources, we know we need long-term investments, that is capital investment. We need both the resources available for the company to be successful. That is working capital, short-term funds and long-term funds, which we call as capital investment. So availability of finance plays a very, very vital role, and we need finance for every step throughout the lifespan of the business. So that is also a critical factor for the development. Next is your sales growth. The potential to grow. I mean, potential to increase the sales. Okay, sales is, market is there, sale is happening, but how effectively, how efficiently, and how easily we can scale up and increase our sales or increase our market area. The potential of sale also plays, that is the growth of sale also plays a vital role in success of the. Else, if you become stagnant, if your sales are not increasing, they are steady, they are going on a stagnate stage, then your profits are also stagnant. So your profits are not increasing. Maybe your costs are also, then you have to plan around your cost. You may not have funds available for expansion and going into new market. So potential of growth, potential of sale plays a very, very vital role. So you need to have a market. In that market, you should have sufficient customers who have the need, demand for the product which you are going to provide, or service which you are going to make it available for the customers in the market. So potential of sales. So you need to have market, and then they should have need and also purchase power. Next is your product availability. Idea is good. We have money and we also have the market. People have money, but when they go to retail stores, my product is not available. I have done advertising in all the medias available, digital advertising, digital marketing advertising. I have done television advertising. I have posted hoardings. Everything is done. But when customers are also aware, they also have the need. But when they go to market and enter a retail store, they don't find my product on the shelf. So availability of product in the market on the shelf or service for consumption, purchase and consumption for the customers at the right time, at the right place, plays a vital role. So we have to plan our supply chain and tie up with the intermediaries for making the product available for the customer. So that plays a vital role. Make it available for the customer. Next is your customer availability. We have everything, but there are people in the market, they have the need, but they don't have purchase power. Okay. So in turn, we don't have customers who are willing to purchase, or they are willing to purchase, but they don't have purchase power. So when they don't have purchase power, then customers are not available in the market. When customers are not available, yes, of course, though we may have great product, someone is in ground, I think. Kiran, Gangadhar. Okay, turn off your video, or I will do it from here. Okay, now customer availability plays a very vital role for the success. So it's not just the people in the market and not just the need, they should also have the money to purchase your products in the market. So these 5 factors are very, very critical for, for a development of a new venture or success of a new venture. Another 5 I have tried to add it. So let's discuss those additional 5 factors which also play a important role in the success. Next is the founders and leaders. Okay, I have mentioned 2 names: founders and leaders. Founders, they should have a right set of qualification, a right set of experience, a right set of skills, knowledge, and willingness. Founders play a very, they should have that vision, they should have that commitment, okay? They should have that thought process, they should be ready to take the risk. Okay? So founders play a very important role in starting the business. So understanding between the founders also plays a major role. Okay, idea is good, everything is good, first 5 factors are available, but if the founders are fighting all the time with each other, then ventures or companies collapse. So understanding between them and right set of knowledge, experience, qualification also important. Likewise, leaders. Basically, leaders are top management people, CEO, managing director, directors, okay, department heads. Those people are also very, very important. So qualified leaders are very, very important for an organization, for a success of a new venture. Qualified, experienced, and skilled people who can convert the vision of the founders into strategies and implement those strategies and generate the business. So leaders are the one who are converting vision into business. So they also play a very major role for the success of enterprises. Next is the management team. So management and team. So here, employees of the company. We may have managers for all the departments. There might be a marketing department, there might be a sales department, there might be advertising, finance, cost, right? Human resource. There might be many other departments which are there in the company. And if we don't have a right set of people, a right set of manager, a right team, then companies again, they may have all the 5 important factors, but if we don't have right people, then also ventures fail. That is why it is said, it is a great saying that people build great enterprises and also people destroy great companies. Okay, so that is why people play a major role, because we may have everything, but it is the people who are going to convert the idea into business. So that is why having a right set of team with skill, knowledge, experience, which is required to run the business is very, very critical for ventures, new ventures. Next is business plan development and execution. Idea is good. We also have a money, but not just idea will suffice to run the business. We need to convert that business idea into a business plan. Now, business plan include like marketing research, your advertising research, test marketing, your research about the market, finding out the target market, segmentation. There are many aspects which are involved, like selecting the suppliers, selecting the product, raw material suppliers, okay, then distribution strategy, your pricing strategy, and your time to market. There are various aspects. There are finance resources, capital resources, short-term working capital resources. So these are all required for the company, and business plan involves all this. Basically, we are preparing about all the factors I mentioned and preparing the business plan to convert the idea into a successful business enterprise. So now, first is we have to plan about all the resources required for the venture, and it's not only it is not successful when it is only on the paper. We have to execute those plans and make it successful. So we may have something on the paper mentioned, but if the execution is not right, then also ventures fail. So plans what we have made are not implemented as per the documents or the procedures which is laid down by the top management. Then also the ventures fail. Next, another two aspects that I would like to mention here is time to market. Okay, so time to market also plays a major role in success of the business enterprise. So two factors here. First one is time to market. When we are entering into the market, that also plays a vital role. Time, we have to plan it perfectly. So we have to look into the legal aspects, we have to look into the environmental aspect, we have to look into the financial aspects available with us when we want to go into market. We even have to observe the competitors. Okay. Now, if I am a cold drink manufacturer and if I start advertising and selling my products during winter, it's not the right time. Now, for example, now recently where we are, the situation in the market. Okay, at this time, we have everything, all the critical factors are available. Fund is available, idea is good, we have made the business plan, execution is good, team is also there, everything is awesome. And now if I launch my company now with a product and service, India is locked down, who is going to come and purchase my product? So that is why time to market, planning when to enter into the market and make your products and services available for the customers is very, very critical. And the last factor which affects the development of ventures is the marketing strategies. So marketing is very huge, where we communicate to the customers about products and services. We have features of the products and services, pricing, where they are available, etc., and educate the customers, create awareness among them, and make them take a decision to purchase our product. Right? So marketing involves not just sales but also marketing research. It not only includes advertising, it also includes research, not just marketing research but also business research about or market research about the customers in the market. So like in advertising, we have IDA's model. IDA, that is attract the customers, create interest, desire, and then make them take action. That is advertising. Then in marketing also involves sales, where we are making the product available. Now we did the advertisement. Now customers are going to shops. Our making the product available for the customers also very, very important. And these two are going parallelly. But before these two, what we have to do is marketing research to find out where is market, who are my customer, what are their needs, what are their demands, and do they have money to purchase my product. After doing this research, then I do my analysis, my personal, whether I have the ability to serve this particular market, whether I have the resources to serve this market and fulfill their needs. So these are the 10 critical factors which I could think of, which are very, very critical for the success of any enterprise or business ideas, converting business idea into successful business ventures. So first five are very, very critical. Next, let's have a look at the pitfalls in selecting new ventures. Okay. Pitfalls in selecting new ventures. What is happening? What we discussed? We discussed the critical factors which we keep in mind when we are starting the business. Okay. 10 points we discussed. Critical factors. Those impact the success of the new business entities. Now here we are talking about selecting a new venture. Like I have 10 ideas, business ideas. Okay. I want to start a school. I want to start a hotel. I want to become an online retailer, e-commerce, right? I want to start a mobile sales, this one. Then I want to say start a training institute, etc., etc. We may have 10 ideas, 10 business ideas. Right? Now, I cannot execute all the 10 because I don't have that much capacity to run all the 10 businesses. I don't have so many resources. So now I have to select one business idea out of all the 10 available. Now, while selecting, we make some mistakes. That is short term. So pitfalls in selecting new venture. What we generally do, okay? What mistakes we generally do when we are selecting the business ideas? Like I said, we have 10. Generally, what mistakes we do in selecting the ideas? First one is lack of objective evaluation. Lack of objective evaluation. What happened here? I said we have 10 business ideas. Okay. What I have to do is I have to compare all the 10 business ideas and evaluate the 10 business ideas. Now, evaluation, there are some factors which we'll discuss in the later, like when we go to the next step of screening the business ideas. I will take it later, but let's understand what mistakes we commit. So here we lack in the objective evaluation. Like evaluation should be based on finance resources available, people I have, that is human resource, then technology which is available, then market availability, okay, then environmental factors, government support, etc., etc. Some of the factors, availability of raw materials in that particular area. So what I'm doing, I'm comparing all the 10 businesses on some 10 factors. Okay. On all the 10 factors, I'm comparing and evaluating. And after comparing and evaluating, I will select the business idea which is going to be successful. Okay. So there has to be a rational evaluation and comparison and evaluation of business ideas. But many of the time, what we do not do the objective, rational evaluation, genuine comparison and evaluation of business ideas. What we do? Oh, we do the subjective evaluation, like, okay, let's start a school because everyone is starting a school. So I will also start a school, I will get admissions, I will be profitable. Or, oh, everyone is doing online retailing, I will also start my own website and I will also start selling the products. What is happening here? I am not comparing all the business ideas, I'm being subjective, taking only one factor and planning to start the business. Or let's say I have 100 crore rupees. I can start any of these. Okay. I can take any of the business idea and I can start. So I will select one business idea and start the business. So what I'm doing, I'm lacking in evaluation of business ideas. That is why ventures fail. Okay. So whenever you are planning to start a business, find out the business ideas you have, make a list of those business ideas, and then do a research and evaluation of those business ideas objectively or rationally. That is most important. Next is no real insight into the market. Okay. Or of market. No real insight of the market. So what happened here? First one is I lack in evaluation. Then I selected one business idea based on my capacity, my availability of my resources, my understanding, everything. Second pitfall or shortcoming is I don't know my market. I don't know who are my customers. I don't know what are their needs. I don't know what are their demands. I don't know whether they have need, but whether they have purchase power. Also, I don't know where my this target market is located. Whether my target market is located in Bangalore or my target market is located into remote areas. Whether my target market is male or female. Whether my target is infants, kids or youngsters. I have not done any research about the market. I was so overwhelmed about my business idea. I was so happy about my business idea, about my product, that I didn't even think about going and doing the research to find out where my target market is located and whether they have this need and my product is going to satisfy that particular need. I don't know anything about the market. So when I don't know about the market, idea is good, product is good, but there are no customers. If there are customers and also they have need, but they don't have purchase power. If they have purchase power, I have not done market research. I don't know what the price I should charge. So my price right now is way higher than the competitors. Okay. So what happens? Customers, though they have need, though they have demand, though they have the purchase power, they will not purchase my product and they will purchase the competitor's product because they're getting at a cheap rate. So doing a proper market research plays a vital role in success of the company. So what happens generally? We commit a mistake of not doing market research and trying to understand about the market dynamics. Next factor is inadequate understanding of technical requirements. So what happened here? What is the next shortcome or pitfall is? I don't know what technology I should use. There are 20, 30 technologies available in the market, but I don't have any idea about which technology I should use. Or I will use the technology which I feel like cheaply available, freely available, but that may not be sufficient to run my business. Here, I know the technology, but I don't have the complete understanding about how to use that technology to run my business. For example, many of the companies don't know SaaS, or many of the companies don't know SAP, how to use SAP, how to use SaaS. Many of the companies are there in the market who don't know how to use Tally. Or let's say I want to start a e-tail market, or that is e-commerce. I want to get into e-commerce. I don't know what are the payment gateways I can use and how to integrate payment gateways on my website. Website I can make, okay, perfectly fine, but how to integrate the payment gateways and collect money. Or I don't know how to, once I receive payment and how receiving the orders, how to process the orders. So technological understanding plays a very, very vital role in current era, because many of the companies or many of the business ideas are run by technology nowadays. It is the, you see the new businesses or existing businesses, everyone is behind the technology. Everyone is trying to make a difference. They want to use some technology, become a technology, automate their production process, automate their sales process, automate their supply process. So all the traditional businesses are also coming on a technological platform, and also new businesses which are coming, they are more technology oriented. So understanding of what kind of technology required for running my business is also critical. Not just which technology, but in-depth knowledge about that particular technology to implement and run the business. So generally what happens, many of the business entrepreneurs, they don't know what kind of technology they can use. They have the idea, they want to sell the product, make the product and sell it, but they may not have technological understanding. So what they have to do is they have to get in touch with the people who can guide them, who can mentor them, or who can become a partner or and help in understanding the technology and also implementing that particular technology in the enterprise. So this is one of the shortfall or pitfalls in selecting. So generally what happens, we feel that okay, many of the times what happens is we don't even look into the technological aspects which are available, options which are available for running my business. So we just take one because my competitor is doing, or because this is very easy for me to understand, I will take, or this technology is freely available in the market. I select one technology and start running the business, which may not be sufficient enough. Next factor or pitfall is poor finance understanding. Poor finance understanding. Okay, I know money is required to purchase raw materials, to set up the office, to advertise, to carry out the research, to supply the products in the market, right? Money is required. But I don't know how much money is required, when it is required, what are the various resources available for financing my business activities. I don't have that understanding of financial resources. Not just resources available, or how to use the finance and how to manage the finance effectively. There is no understanding about the financial aspect. So understanding business finance is very, very, very critical for business entities, because as I said, finance is the blood for businesses. So managing finance is very, very important. Managing your cash cycle is very important. That is, your business cycle is very, very important. This is a limited resource available with the enterprise. So we have to plan well in advance, and also we have to allocate financial resources with a proper planning. Then only we will be able to run all the businesses in coordination. Else it is very, very difficult. If we have money and we pay all money into salaries, then we may not have finance, that is cash available to purchase the raw materials. Okay, so now funds are available. What I do is I will pay all money into advertising. I have not paid to my suppliers. Now suppliers are not ready to give raw materials on credit. Or I am paying all the money to suppliers, I don't have money left to carry out the advertising. So without advertising, what I'm doing, I'm sending my products to market and keep it in the shelf. So proper understanding and allocation of finance, and from where I can collect money, or what are the resources from where I can bring money into the business, is very, very critical. So many of the entrepreneurs, they don't know from where the money can be brought into business. This understanding is very important. Next point is, fifth point is lack of venture uniqueness. In the critical factors, we discuss the point unique idea. Same point, lack of venture uniqueness. Disruptive ideas, what we call in present time. Disruptive, how it will disrupt the market which is into equilibrium. It is functioning, and suddenly you enter into the market and you created a disturbance, and all the customers are moving towards you. That is what I gave you example of Jio. You may be having connection, Airtel connection, BSNL connection, or any other connection. But suddenly when Jio came into market, at least for the sake of benefits what the Jio is giving, many of the customers went and purchased additional connection. So that is disruptive idea. Right? Likewise, Bangaloreans were not having habit of ordering food online. Right? There wasn't an option, and if there is an option, we have to call to the hotel and they will pack, and I have to go and collect. Now what happened? Swiggy came, Zomato came. First Swiggy came, Food Panda came first, then Swiggy, and then Zomato. Now what happened? Food Panda, they started delivering. You have to just place the order. My person will go collect and he will do delivery. Unique idea. Flipkart, they started selling online. Unique idea for the Indian market. Right? Myntra, what they happened? Fashion. Have you ever thought of buying shoes, sandals, or your clothes online without trying? No trial. What these people did, Myntra, successfully they are running the business. They are taking orders online. One person is coming to the house. You can try, and also you can return. So unique idea. If your idea is not unique, you will become one among the million. One among the million. This person is also running a hotel. You are also running a hotel. There is nothing new for customers to prefer you over the competition. So if you want to become more successful, huge profit, growth is fast, you are acquiring market very quickly, then your idea should be unique. Then only customers will prefer over the competition. So lack of unique ventures also is a pitfall. So as I said, for everyone, I have an idea of 10 ideas. Out of 10 ideas, I will start a school. Okay, starting school is okay, good idea. You have done all the research and all. But there is nothing new. You have same style of curriculum, you have same style of teaching, you have same style of examination and evaluation. There is nothing new in your school. Then why parents will prefer your school? So one example is Jain school, which is located when you go towards Kanakpura, Haroli. After Haroli, you will find Jain school. Okay, pre-university. They have horse riding. They have cricket training. They have swimming pools. They also have all faith prayer halls, right? They also train you on various, sports. They also train you on technology, etc., etc. And he said it is a residential school. It is not just teaching curriculum and making you pass the examination, but your school is providing something additional, something unique to the student. So definitely, people are ready to spend 12 lakh rupees every year and keep their word. words in such schools. They're keeping their children in such schools. Okay, because not just education, but there is an overall development. So unique venture is also very, very important. Else, you cannot demand from customers, or customers will not prefer you. You will become one among the million. Next pitfall is ignorance of legal issues. You have to keep in mind what rules and regulations you have to follow when you start a business. You can become a sole trading cursor. You may have a Hindu undivided family business. You can start a partnership. You can start a trust. You can start a cooperative society. You can start a private limited company. You can start a public limited company. You can start a limited liability partnership company. You can also start a single owner partnership entity, okay, or single person partnership. So there are many rules and regulations or acts in India which govern each of these type of businesses which I mentioned. There are many acts, rules, like there is Companies Act, Societies Act, Trust Act, right? Not just related to companies or businesses, there are other acts which also impact the businesses, like Environmental Protection Act, taxes, direct tax and indirect tax rules and regulations, which you have to follow. Professional tax rules, right? Or local rule, human resource policies. Okay. So there are many rules and regulations which impact the business entities. So what generally we do not try to understand what are the legal aspects which impact my business. If I am starting a product, then I should understand what kind of permissions I have to take to manufacture this product. Whether I am legally correct or not, whether I can make this product available into the market without permission. Or if I make it available and people or the government authorities, they catch me, what are the implications? Okay. So here, understanding the legal aspects is very, very important. What happens generally, we try to ignore rules and regulations because we don't understand a single word of it. We always rely on the lawyers whose time is very, very precious. They are available only at a limited time. Also, you may not have time to go to them, talk to them, consult with them. So you depend what you collect all the documents, give to some third man, middleman. He will do all the work. You will sit at home. You will get all the permission and you start the business. But it is always better to understand the legal aspects which are going to impact or which are going to apply to your particular type of business which you are going to get into. So this is one of the shortcomings or pitfalls. We ignore legal aspects. And the last one is inefficient partners and team. This is again a short form. What happens is you may be a single person, you have an idea. Now you thought that all alone I cannot start, I need some people. You asked your dad, you asked your mother, you asked your brother, and you planned a business. But you did not look into why you started with them, because you thought it is my family, they will listen to me and work as per my instructions. But you did not thought about or did not think about the skill sets what they are going to get into company. Okay. Inefficient partners. Whenever you are partnering with someone, you didn't think about their experience, their skills, the kind of knowledge they are going to get into the company and run the business. Likewise, team. because there is limited money available, and also you are a startup. People from education institutes which are highly in demand, they will not come and join my venture because it is a startup. I am not in a position to pay them lakhs together salary. So what I will do, whoever comes and want a job, I will hire him, make him my team member. I'm not because he just available, he is coming at a less salary. I'm taking this particular person and adding it to the team rather than looking into his experience, his qualification, his knowledge, his commitment, etc., etc., etc. So what is happening here? Because there are limited financial resources I have, I'm compromising on the kind of people I am getting into my entity. And as I said, I'll mention it again, it's the people who build great entities or great organizations and not any other. You may have all other resources, but if your people are not good, your venture with great idea, with huge demand, still it will fail because you don't have the right team. So generally, we ignore about forming a team which is committed toward your business idea, and they are bringing knowledge, skills. It's like a new blood, bringing new blood into the business enterprise. So these are the 7 pitfalls or shortcomings. Generally, we ignore when we are planning to select a new business entity. So we have 10, and out of 10, we select one business idea, and while selecting the business idea, we may make these mistakes or shortfalls or pitfalls while selecting the business enterprise. So these are the aspects which you people have to keep in mind. That is what you should not do to become successful. So thank you very much for joining. If you have any questions, do drop me a WhatsApp or a comment on Google Classroom, or also you can send me an email. And keep learning, keep studying. Take care. Thank you very much.